Yo guys, welcome to Lion in the Room, and this is episode 12. I'm your host Leo. Same thing as always, and I'm going to introduce my co-host, Kay.
Hi guys, what's up?
How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm good.
What's work saying, bro? Because it's getting colder now, it's getting harder. Motivation is so hard to find around now.
Bro, like literally, like this is usually what they say, oh, find someone to hold, it's getting cold.
Oh my days, bro.
Stuff,
Coughing season, but we're all coughed.
Yeah.
I think we're coughed, we're good. But enough of that, I'm going to introduce my special guest. He's been a really good friend of mine, long-time friend. He's beat me enough in basketball so he can hold that for the rest of his life. Welcome, Panos. How you doing, my boy?
Hey, bro. Yeah, as you said, it's been some time since we talked.
It's been a while.
Probably around Union.
A good way to know, your Instagram picture, you still haven't changed it. So I was expecting, I'll tell you guys now. Panos,
Oh my God.
like, I remember Jace used to call you old man. Do you still call you old man till now?
My old man.
No, he called you old man.
Well, no. Why?
No, I'm just asking, bro, because like going into that Instagram picture, I was expecting
In that way. No, yeah, I'm a ghost on social media, that's it. And it's been commented from too many people in the past. It's been friends, relationships, people that I met literally in a spot, and they were like, oh yeah, let me get your Insta and stuff. And they go on and I'm like, what?
And you just tell them,
it's
be
dry,
prepared.
there's nothing.
Man, when I hit you up to come on the podcast, it was fine. But I tell you, the next thing came into my mind, I was actually thinking of how you were gonna look when I actually saw you, because I was thinking, were you gonna cut your hair? You have like a little buzz cut, and
You can see it just grew.
you got Panos with a man bun, bro. What do you think? How's the hairstyle suiting you? Are you fussy about like style and dressing up, or you just like to dress comfortable?
Nah, well, to be honest, up until probably just before going to work, going in a professional environment, I didn't really care about clothes and style and stuff. I was always a low-key person, dress simple, dress comfortable. As you can see, I'm in sweatpants, hoodie.
Hey, we love something comfortable. Man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I loved being comfortable. And style was never a priority in my life, which I have come to the conclusion that it should get a little bit as a priority.
Of course.
Starting to get a little bit more dressed, a little bit more nice. You seem good. Like it's always also first impression matters. As long as far as I don't care about people's opinion. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. But at the same time, you need to look like a proper human being.
I agree.
When you introduce yourself, when you meet someone new, it doesn't matter if it's like a peer or an older or even work. You need to look nice. It's about your personality.
Yeah.
It's how you market yourself to the world. In essence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Back to the hair thing. Yeah, I just didn't know what to do with it. Haven't cut it for the past year and a half almost.
Really?
Yeah, and it just grew. To be honest, over the last period, it's just been a pain. The cleanup after taking a shower. Now I can feel how girls usually feel when it's just there's hair everywhere, everywhere,
Oh, days, man.
everywhere. And also me being a Greek person, obviously, as you can say, we are a bit hairy. So hair has been an issue for the past year, but you learn to deal with it. But it's also nice. Like it's a nice style. Every morning you just put on a hair tie, you just put it back. You don't really fuss about making it use a lot of products and stuff. So it works for the moment.
It's a nice style, bro. It's a style that doesn't work for everybody, but hey, man, you got it on the wraps.
You need a big nose for it.
All right, man. Maybe. But all right then, Panos. I'd like to use this opportunity for you to introduce yourself. Let the audience get to know you. Say whatever you feel like. Probably not everything you feel like saying, but take the stage, my friend.
Yeah, right. So my name is Panos. The full name is Panayotis, actually. I sorted it just for the sake of not seeing people having almost a stroke when they try to pronounce my name. I'm not even gonna go down the surname. That's another.
No. Actually, pronounce, because I don't think I've ever heard you say your last name before.
Actually, so the full name is first name Panayotis, surname is Stathopoulos.
I can probably.
You know what? I'll just
Try.
hold my hands up.
Go on.
Okay, I'll try. Say it again one more
The
time.
first one.
Panayotis.
Panayotis.
Yeah, that was good.
Panayotis.
Yeah. And Stathopoulos.
Stathopoulos.
Yeah, that was a bit better.
Stathopoulos.
Yeah, it goes like Stathopoulos.
Stathopoulos.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Have you ever heard of that player? Was there a player called Papadopoulos? Like, I think
There's been plenty of them, to be
Really?
honest.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Like, it's a common name in Greece, that's the thing.
really.
Yeah.
Really?
Speaking of, sorry, bro, I want you to introduce yourself, but I wanted to also ask because this kind of came into my mind. Us as Nigerians, we've always known our traditional names to have meaning. Like my name is Chinedu, it means God leads. The full name means God leads us. You know, in Greece, do you guys have similar things as well?
Yes, actually. I know some of them, not all of them. For the surname situation, I'm going to start with that. It's regional. In our case, as you can tell, my surname ends with the word Poulos,
Yeah.
which means the son of. So Stathopoulos means actually the son of Stathis. Stathis is a different name.
Is that your father's name?
No, that's the thing. Like this family name, this surname has been going back in like 7-8 generations.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually had this conversation a couple of years back with my grandpa, and I'm the seventh. I think me and my father are the seventh like generation that goes. John, his name is Yanis. In English, it's John. John Panos, John Panos. It's been going like I'm Panos the seventh in an essence.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's been dated back to probably mid 1700s.
That's junior times 3.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time in the history books. Yeah.
That's pretty nice though, because I think in Norway, I don't know about it now, but back when there were Vikings, they also kind of had something similar.
Yeah, yeah.
Like let's say Sigurdsson.
Yeah,
So that Sigurdsson meant
exactly.
like son of Sigurd, or you know, from the house of Sigurd. So it's very understandable. Thank you, Assassin's Creed. That's actually how I met you as well.
Oh, I knew that's what you were talking about. I just
Because you weren't there. I might as well just tell the story, man. Jeez. So we were coming back. It was first year Freshers Week.
Right.
There was this party called Freshers Ball. Now it was a lot more fancy than a club party, but it was still a club party.
okay.
And leaving there, my dressing shoe started to talk. Like the shoe was busted, bro. And I don't even remember how I met up with Panos, Jason, and the rest of them, but we all encountered ourselves. Definitely asked about basketball, and then one of them asked me, after saying I was Nigerian, he's like, do you know Giannis? I was like, yeah, of course I know Giannis, bro. It's like, yeah. And from there, we just hook it up, man. We just hook up, and we just good friends from there, man. We're just good friends. And I was like, yo, no, I've heard about Greece, all this. I'll play Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And when I think about it now, it's just like, God, why did I say that? But fair enough, man. We've been friends since, bro. We've been friends.
It was like an instant connection as well. Like first meet, that's it. We clicked
Bro,
right there.
we didn't even waste time, man. From there, we were just playing basketball.
Oh, yeah.
For years, we went from me having to improve to playing with the team a little bit, and then we were playing in different parks.
Do you remember when we actually, me, you, and Jace booked a slot in Sports Park and literally went there to train you?
Oh God,
I loved it. To be
it
honest,
was fun.
I loved
though.
it.
It was fun though because man, I just enjoyed just coming out.
Yeah.
Everyone was playing, even though like it was a new experience because coming from Nigeria, we never had the chance to actually train.
Yeah.
Because basketball, sports in general, weren't necessarily a priority. There were so many things that led to it, but I started playing basketball when I was like 13 and then coming to the UK thinking that, I was going to play a lot more and then realizing that there were other people outside that also played. It was cool, but it was also intimidating because you guys were hella good, man.
Man,
You can't say anything, bro. You're good.
it's not about that. It's just I was about to say you saw people playing here, whereas back in Greece, basketball obviously is far more into the people's culture. It's probably between basketball and football the most played sports. Kids, adults. There are so many leagues, and which leads to many open courts. Most of them are a bit run down, obviously, by the years because most of them are from high schools and they are out in the open. But whenever it's an indoor court, it's 9 out of 10 times it's a proper court. And the shock I got when I saw the courts here, I'm not trying to throw shame on English basketball. The fact it's underdeveloped. It's a fact. Not much money, not much funding has been put in there. To my belief, there is so much talent. There is so much talent, athleticism-wise. I've played with some kids that are like 14, 15, jumping out of the roof, being really, really fast, but there is just not the right fundamentals.
Yeah.
And this translates to their older years, because I've played in local leagues here in Reading and up in Leicester. I've played obviously in the uni team. I've played in parks, and I've seen really, really well trained and built units. But I think over the past 5 years, I've only seen one proper team.
Oh.
Like the UK basketball tries to copy NBA too much. That's the thing.
Really?
That's what I'm gonna say. And it's I don't want to say it's the same, because whenever you play basketball, it's never the same. But I want to say that culture-wise, fundamentally wise, there is so much more to just being good individually to the sport.
Yeah.
And that's what I find the beauty in it. Like in my group of friends, I'm probably the only one who plays basketball, right? But I would rather go and play basketball with them, because I know I'm gonna have so much fun, rather than just go and play at the park with 5 random people who know how to play basketball. In one case, I will enjoy playing proper basketball or competitive basketball, but in the other time, I will enjoy the group that I'm with. Like, we don't care about you missing the shot. We don't care about you getting blocked. We don't care about you getting crossed over. It's just for the fun of it. And that's when I have the most fun of all. And it goes with everything in my life as well. Like it's, I'm a friends person. I like to be with my friends. I like spending time with them. And it goes from just being in a room, just chilling like this over our phones. We've all done that with some of our best friends.
Yeah, of course.
Into just going outside with no purpose. Just going outside.
Just that little 30-minute walk.
Exactly. You're still going to have fun, because you're going to tell some inside jokes. You're going to look at something, laugh, make it fun of each other. And it's all in the place of we are good friends, we enjoy each other's time, and we just love being around each other.
That's good, man. That's really good. I really feel like a lot of that, if anything, we were talking about this earlier, it's it goes back to culture, you know, the things that you see, the things that you grew up around, especially when you grew up in a community that emphasizes, you know, the creation of groups or the creation of friend groups, if anything. So I don't talk too much. I actually want to ask, what was it like growing up in Greece? Because I always want to believe that we have similarities as people when it comes to how we live. You know, what makes us different is really how we grow, what we choose to do, and the experiences, you know. But there's always kind of a similar outcome, you know. We all have a hard test. We either fail and we pass. You know, if we all pass and one person fails, he can learn from us and then go pass. Or he can still choose to fail. So it's always going to be different based on the outcomes. But talk to us, bro. What was it like? What was it like growing? I mean, yeah, what was it like growing up?
I want to believe I was lucky, because I grew up in a small place in the south part of Greece, in the mainland. Geographically, it's really beautiful. Like the sea is right next to us. The mountain is right behind us. Most of the time is sunny. There are literally, I think, 5,000 people living in that place. So it's pretty small. Everyone knows each other. You get to experience childhood more freely, without, like, you know, your parents worrying about you going out of the home. Like, where are you going? How long are you going to be out? Where will you be? Literally, if they want to find me in that place, they can just drive around for 30 minutes. They're going to bump into me somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, it's really specific. The places also you will go are really specific. Like, it's the main square, the old town, high school, because like there is like open courts and stuff, and the beach. That's it, 4 places. So if you just drive around a little bit, you will find. The household situation was also really good. Like I was blessed to be raised by 2 amazing parents. And I have also a younger brother. He's 4 years younger. We still don't see eye to eye.
Your brother's 4 years younger?
Yeah.
Yeah, my little big brother is...
Your little big...
It's
exactly,
huge,
your little
bro.
big brother.
Oh, 4 years. You're just jealous. He's 4 years younger than me. Everyone's jealous of his height, man. 19.
Your freaking height. Come on.
He's going to be taller than me as well, you know. Like, maybe like, I think, 6'7". He's like...
Isn't he
almost
already
6'5".
taller than you?
Thanks, King.
God. I was under the belt.
No, it's cool. Coming from a, 5'11", we like to say 6 foot.
See, the issue with guys, bro, is like, we've already done the measurements, bro. This joke don't land anymore.
Really?
We did the measurements in the gym, bro. What did it say? Please tell the camera, what did it say?
It said 6 foot like last year, but hey,
Did he
I
shrink?
could have been wrong.
Oh,
I could have been wrong. But
Okay.
carry on. So the neighborhood.
Yeah, neighborhood wise, it wasn't really a neighborhood because we were living like in my hometown. It's like split into the newer town and the older town, which is up in a bit higher in the mountain. So neighborhood wise, it's not like I had neighbors we were playing with. We would all just meet in the local square area and we'll just play there. But it was like always, you would walk there. You will go like summer times were amazing growing up because you literally would wake up at 7 a.m., watch cartoons, leave the house at 10, go and play football, run around, ride bicycles, do the young, immature BSs we all do when we are young, and then come back at 7 in the evening, have something to eat, watch some TV, and just pass out because you're so tired
that
from being
energy is
out.
gone.
Exactly, the energy is gone. But the thing is, next day comes, you do the same thing, and it's the whole summer like that. It's so nice, and then winter comes, school comes, and you are there with the same people year again. In my country, no, in my town, we had 3 primary schools, 1 junior high, and 2 high schools.
Mm-hmm.
So with some of the kids, I've been classmates actually since kindergarten, not even primary school, since kindergarten. So it's like the whole thing is a familiar environment. Everyone knows everyone, which means everyone learns everything. So no really, not really privacy. You don't really get any
Yeah.
privacy. Everyone knows your dirty laundry.
Okay.
And yeah, you just grow up in a nice, safe environment where you can literally experience life as a kid. And then you come to the years of 14, 15, you start go out. I actually went clubbing for the first time at 14 years old, to be honest. Yeah, it's crazy in Greece. Like it's so
You're
much
gonna
different.
tell us about that next time.
Yeah. Oh no, I will for sure tell you way more things next time. I will have come prepared next time as
Yeah, of
well
course.
with some nice stories.
That's nice.
And yeah, literally just then it was sports too. We had the main things were football and basketball. Obviously, I got to do both when I was younger. Joining the local teams, playing with teammates and classmates. But around the age of 14, I think it was. No, yeah, around 14 years old. That's when I sort of fell in love with that orange round goddess, and I stuck to it, and then got to play. Got to be around people that really enjoy the sport, really grow through it, make amazing friendships through it as well. And then overall, it was but then it got to the turning point when you get to 16, 18 years old. You want to do more. You want to go out. You want to live more about live life more holistically. And then there's nothing to do. There is there are 2 bars, 1 club. You will go to the same places week in, week out because you have nowhere else to go. You don't drive at that point as well, so you cannot really take the car and go somewhere else. It's either that or you go with your parents like for vacation and stuff. So it gets a bit dull after some point, up until the moment you leave to go to uni or move away. But it's most likely it's uni time, like
Yeah.
you move away from home. And yeah, so overall it was I feel lucky that I was born and raised in a place like this because I've met people from Athens, for example, massive city. It's a chaos. They didn't have the same childhood I did, obviously. And also I was blessed enough to not be we were comfortable growing up. We weren't rich, but we were comfortable. Like we could go on trips. We had food on our tables. Our parents were really supportive on doing things here and there, like hobbies wise, toys, everything but the a PS. I never had a PS growing up, and that's I can't wait to get one of my own. I have a lot of time catching up.
Okay. That's great. That's great. I mean, it seems like, despite the fact that you grew up in Greece, we have like some similar, because it's like growing up, say, in my case, in like a town in Ibadan, is like it wasn't the case that you could explore the whole Ibadan as a kid because it's quite big and it wasn't safe. But like maybe if you grew up in an estate, like because I grew up in the States, so it's like everyone knows everyone, the kids know everyone, the kids in the schools, different schools, everyone knows everyone, and their parents too. So it's like at the same time, everyone also kind of knows your business. Like there was one time I had a girlfriend. Her friend, right? Not the girlfriend. The girlfriend's friend. Her mom was friends with my mom, so everything I was with my girlfriend. Her friend would just go and tell her mom. Her mom would come and tell my mom.
Damn, she's snitching like that. That's
Bro,
crazy.
she was.
That's crazy.
Bro, it used to. Bro, she would snitch. And my mom would just come and tell me, like, yeah, just, be careful.
boo thing, just
they're snitching on you, like, they're just telling you all your laundry. So it's just like a similar thing, Like,
what about her laundry? You didn't spread nothing.
Bro, I had to.
Okay.
But like the thing is, my mom's not gossip, so like she's not gonna now say, "Oh, look at what your daughter is doing." No, because that girl that was snitching on me, the laundry that she had, from here to, it's okay. Don't worry.
That's crazy. But like you were saying, it's true. We do actually have similar experiences. For us, like for me, it wasn't really a case where I got to socialize with a lot of people. Most of the friends that I made were from school, but that felt normal, Going through nursery, I can mainly remember a little bit from primary. You go to school, you hang out with your friends, mainly there for classes. I feel as though Nigeria or a lot of African countries tend to prioritize education because it was as though we studied to make ourselves better, but to also make our families look good. If you had a kid that wasn't doing well, a lot of people could say anything about that kid, So I feel like a lot of people, based off of appearance, pride, they are putting us out there, and we focused mainly on education. But having to do that, we found time to make friends. Other people were able to go out and stuff, but I think for me, I was normally inside. So most of the friends that I got to see were like kids of my parents' friends. Normally my mom's friends, cousins. Our cousins actually lived on the road opposite the road. So my house was there, my grandma's house was there, so we could easily just go there, have fun. We had PlayStation, so that's kind of like just what we were doing. So we were gaming all day. But it was nice, man. Like actually being able to see my friends, even though it was when I went to school, you actually just enjoyed that time to socialize. Came from a blessed household. My parents are not lucky. I would say I don't believe in luck, but we are blessed and we're grateful for the fact that we have been able to be able to live without too much hardship, But that all comes with working hard, and my parents have worked hard for it, and they've been able to instill that kind of thing in my siblings and I. And I believe that your parents have also been able to instill hard work in you as to why you're able to appreciate those things. We're gonna try and keep it flowing, but we're gonna have a quick little break. Once we get back, we'll start talking about, I say, traveling and how it was for you coming into the UK, well, to study mainly.
Yeah.
So Panos, I just wanted to ask you, considering the fact that you came from Greece, you came to the UK, you were able to travel, and I see travel as an opportunity that not everybody's able to have. I just wanted you to think about, like, how do you feel about just as a young adult, just being able to travel around, see the world before find your place to settle down.
It's a blessing to be able to travel, to be honest. Because myself, I was blessed enough to be able to travel from a young age. Like I say this as a joke, but I've probably been traveling around since my mother's belly. That's how long I've been traveling for. But I've also met people who, even though they want to so bad, they have so many responsibilities and things to take care of that they just don't get a chance to.
Yeah.
And I find this to be like, traveling opens up your mind. I cannot, no, I don't want to say I cannot take you seriously, but you cannot have holistic view. You cannot have a more well-shaped mind if you don't experience other cultures. And I'm not saying in terms of going and living there. Just go there for a week. Go there for 3 days. Experience how the locals are. Walk on the street. Try to make conversations with locals. You don't have to be weird about it. Just ask for direction, for example, or just literally ask for good spots to go and drink a coffee, get some food, where you can get local food. It's really important. Like, what do the locals eat? It's just, it gives you, it opens up the world for you. It's
Yeah.
so you get the experience to see what is out there, because I believe we all have a comfort zone where we are from. Like, obviously Nigeria, Greece, we can both spend our whole life and not cover the whole of the country traveling wise. I don't think I can go to all the places. I don't think you guys can go to the whole of Nigeria in one lifetime. Yes, it's nice to experience that too, but also go abroad. If you get the chance, it can be like I have considered lately to do solo traveling as well, because my friends and my schedule don't really link up. So I'm like, okay, unfortunately my friend or my friends cannot come with me. I want to still go. I want to still go and experience, and it is also an experience itself, going solo traveling. It requires preparing. It requires getting completely out of the comfort zone, because you are by yourself. You need to get to know people. You need to get to talk to people. It's a really important thing as well. And then just seeing landscapes. Like, there are so many beautiful landscapes out there. For example, even on the northern part of Europe, even in the middle of Europe, even here in the UK,
Of course, bro.
there
There
are
different
beautiful
things.
landscapes.
Yeah.
There are different
you can
things you can see out
experience.
there. I definitely agree with that, man, because it's like it's like reading a book as well. You can't stay saying, "Oh, I read this one book, so I'm not going to read the rest of them." You can open your mind to different possibilities, and that's the thing about life. Because I mean, you will always have an opportunity to learn something new. You know, knowledge, be it anything intellectual, or even if it's just little fun things. Having that experience just gives you some form of self-satisfaction or a form of fulfillment. Moving on, because obviously we know we don't have a lot of time. I also wanted to use that to ask about how you feel about representation. I would say representation in sports. Now, we're all into basketball. I kind of started watching basketball mainly 2015. I hopped on that Golden State bandwagon, but now I'm a proper Philly fan. But I wanted to ask, we've seen a lot of European players that have come into the league. Luka Doncic was such a big one. Now we have someone like Victor Wembanyama that's, breaking barriers for all kinds of players. Tall, lanky, shooters, defenders. What do you think about? Because I mean, it's not a lot of players. It doesn't mean that the Euro League is a small league. But what do you think about these players coming to the NBA and almost taking over?
Well, first of all, it's not something common. Luka Doncic and Wembanyama are generational talents.
Yeah.
It's like talking about Kevin Durant and LeBron James when they started basketball. Obviously, I'm not putting them in the same tier at the moment, but they both have the potential to become all-time greats. Obviously,
100.
they have already been putting up numbers for that. But it's something I want to put out there is I believe that obviously, and it goes without saying a little bit, NBA basketball and European basketball are two completely different sports in an essence. NBA requires a lot of personal attributes like athleticism, personal fundamental work in terms of dribbling the ball, scoring the ball, just making the individual way better. Whereas in Europe, it's more of a team basketball. Like, you have fives across all the teams, all the top tier teams, the bottom tier teams, that each person has a specific role. And you can see this from the skill set of the players as well. For example, the center position, which is really important for any league, any level, anywhere. In the NBA, you see so much versatile centers. Like, they can dribble, they can post up, they can shoot mid ranges, they can shoot threes, they can get the ball up and down the court, they can run faster. Whereas in Europe, it's more likely they're going to rely on more of a pick and roll offense. They will act as rim protectors in the back with help defenses. And some post up moves if they are both strong and quick with their feet. They have good footwork. You will not really see centers shooting threes. You will not really see centers running the point, which has started to shift, obviously, because basketball is changing and it's continued to change, and it has changed for the past decade or so, I might say even from the beginning of the 2000s. But I don't like to compare the two, NBA and EuroLeague, because I believe there are two different things to compare. It's like saying comparing apples and oranges for me. Many people might have a different view. Obviously, I'm open to have a chat with anyone about it. I can express my view, they can express their view. We have seen way more Europeans going into the NBA. I think this year it's something like 64, 65 European players across
And it's
the
not
league.
even like it's not like Euro players didn't come to the NBA before. I mean, the Bulls had Tony Kukoc and obviously the Sabonis family. There are so many other players.
Tony Parker as well.
Tony
Of course,
Parker, yeah.
but it's just when you think about it now, I guess they kind of emphasize it a lot more because these are young. Well, they all came in young, but I guess the NBA has their way of making it seem like there are things we haven't seen. Like Luka Doncic is a lovely passer, but
Let me just say something about Luka. Luka started playing in EuroLeague at age 16
Yeah.
for Madrid, no,
for Madrid, for Real Madrid, which is a powerhouse in Europe. In any sport, but also in basketball. They have, I think, 11 EuroLeague titles, even like since before EuroLeague was formed as EuroLeague.
Oh.
They have the most titles in Europe. Every year, it's a terror playing against them.
so they're like are they the best team in the league right
They're
now?
not the best team in the league, but they are always a dangerous team. Like you can never go, even if they play, let's say, as the underdog in the pair of the game, they can still beat you by 20, 25 points. It's just the culture around, which I have some of my own opinions about the Madrid basketball. I find them a bit of whiners, but
Sounds like real life. Football.
it has always been a club that does extremely well, is always at the top of its game, has amazing players, huge budgets. For example, now Facundo Campazzo, the Argentinian guard they have, this guy's tiny, but he's so good. The guy's, I think he's about 5'8".
Really, I didn't think
I'm not-
Campacho
I'm
was
not
that
sure.
small.
He's under 180. If I'm not wrong, I think he's under 180, which is 5'11", 5'10", and he's just terrorizing out whoever stands in front of him. Like he's amazing. He's an amazing player, but he cries a lot. Like,
I mean, to be 5'8", man, you need to at least drop some tears a little bit.
man, the guy is strong. He's fast. He's smart. He's a hell of a player. It's just all this combining, doing it at the top level. He's done it with his national team. He's done it in Europe, and it's just so amazing to see him. Even though I hate it when it's against my team, it's always like, oh. But what can you say? Like you're like, okay,
You have to give him his
there's
roses.
nothing you can do about it. Like, oh.
Sounds like what you're saying is well, I want to believe what you're saying is that the EuroLeague and the NBA, they are different. They have their you have their great aspects, but the EuroLeague sounds like it's a lot more technical.
Yeah.
You need to be really skilled and technically advanced as a player. You need to, because if you're 5'8", going against someone that's 6'7",
Yeah.
just on a switch, you need to probably know how to pass the ball. Isaiah Thomas stuff. Because
Exactly.
when you think of IT, you're not expecting IT to do the same thing he did 2016 every night. But a player in the EuroLeague has to know when to pass the ball out or when to go for a drive. Specifically, there's very little hero ball. Because sometimes we do have some players in the league that are confident in their abilities, but hardly follow the playbook. It seems like
Harden.
in the EuroLeague, yeah, you've been pulling this since, 2 years? Oh, my days, man. He's been hating Harden from, I remember the playoffs. It was crazy. But that's another story. It was probably that. They played Boston. And Harden was a no-show. It was crazy. But hey, man, we know you don't have a lot of time, but honestly, we really do appreciate you being on this.
Yeah.
Final question is, I'd say, what is your advice to young people that want to travel, but they are afraid? Because fear stops people.
Don't be afraid. Like being afraid is probably a naive thing in my opinion, because you're afraid something you don't know. Okay, I get it. Unknown can be scary, but first of all, the confidence boost you're gonna get is so big. You're gonna switch as a person, as a human being. Second of all, with the internet nowadays, if you're afraid, because you might be afraid of the cost of it, you might be afraid of the distance, you might be afraid of what am I gonna do there. You can look everything up. Really, there are there's so much information out there about anything you want to find out from in a different country, and also it doesn't have to be a country in a different continent. You can travel to a country that's next door. Like for me, I can go to Italy, I can go to Albania, Bulgaria, Romania, Turkey, or can go down south in Morocco, for example, or Egypt. If you can do baby steps, you can start with baby steps, going on a short travel, pursue friends to go with you as well. You don't have, obviously, solo traveling is a really different way of traveling, but get your friends, try to organize it, and try to do it young, because it's not like you're running out of time, but when you're young, and when I'm saying young, I'm talking about the ages before 25, because that's when your responsibilities are at the all-time minimum. It's when you can control your time and your responsibilities don't control it for you.
Okay.
So you have, more space to think about it. You have more energy to do it as well. Yes, you don't have the financial part, obviously, because that's either when you start to work or I don't know, maybe you're financially wise, you're not at the stage to do a really, really long or a really, really fancy trip, but you can go for a weekend, go for like 2-3 days. Ryanair, as much as I hate flying with a Ryanair, it's dirt cheap. I went to Ireland late October and I paid 40 quid both ways.
Wait.
40 quid
Ryanair,
to go
here
and
we
come
come.
back.
This is not a
Here we
sponsor.
come.
This is not a sponsor.
This is not a sponsor, by the way. It's dreadful to fly with Ryanair. You need to look everything like backpack wise. If you're 1 inch out of the restrictions, you're paying like money. So be careful, but they're cheap.
No man, that's good, bro. Well, there you go, guys. That's everything. That's all the time we have. Big thank you to Panos for showing up. We really do appreciate, my boy. And we know we're gonna see you again soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Like we always say, people, take care of yourselves. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hug your mom. Take care. God bless you. Lion in the Room, episode 12. We are done.
Nice.
Correct.